Hi guys, GK here, and I got my Chicago Bears hat that I bought in Chicago. I was out there yesterday. I was in Kansas too, and I'll be talking about that in a few days, hopefully. But what I want to talk about today is two things. One is the presentation when you get to a presentation as a one-on-one or a home meeting with somebody, and how really to build the rapport to get that person to understand that they want to buy from you, because people can buy from anybody in life. And a lot of times as salespeople, which we're not, but we are selling something, I guess you could say, whether it's selling ourselves or selling the business, we feel like we need to do the talking. We need to sell them on it. And the reality is the most successful business people are the ones that do the less talking, ask the most questions, and basically allow the person to sell themselves, the prospect or the potential buyer to basically sell themselves. So a little bit of advice: if the person that you're sitting with is talking maybe 25% and you're talking 75%, you have about a 25% chance of getting them to buy from you, okay? So my idea for you today is to, instead of watching TV tonight for an hour or doing something that's not gonna help your pocket, take an hour and write down some things that we're gonna talk about in this video, how you can then go to your next presentation and be successful. So what I do is when I sit with somebody, I realize that, okay, it's not about me, it's about them. So rather than the word I, it's you. That's the mindset right off the bat. Now I need to find out, how can I pull emotions out of these people, because people are usually emotional buyers. You have to strike an emotion. When I bought this car that I'm sitting in, it was an emotion. I saw the photo, I emotionally bought it. We normally purchase on emotions. This is why Ford shows you commercials with them going through the mud and driving these trucks and having beer parties in the back of the truck, and why shampoo commercials like Herbal Essence when I was younger would have people screaming and their hair all with shampoo in it running around the living room, because it's an emotional buy. You see that and you want to get it because it emotionally stimulates you to go out and buy something. So we want to understand that. We also want to understand that people hate being sold, but they love to buy. So what I try to do is I try to build a rapport. And how do I do that? I sit with them and I start asking questions right off the bat, not pertaining to the actual business, not pertaining to what I'm selling them. Finding out, where they're at in their life, as far as, are they happy? Are they happy financially? Are they happy with the time they have? What things are they lacking? What things do they want? Where do they want to be in a year or two? What kind of things do they feel like they can do in their life? Or what things are they doing to close the gap between where they are and where they're going to be? And what you're going to find out is a lot of people are going to now open up to you, expose their insecurities, expose their fears. Also, they're going to realize that they probably don't even have a plan. They have no plan. People usually want change, but they have no idea how to get there. So now you're taking those emotions from them that they normally have when they're alone in the morning, or whether it's at nighttime before they go to bed, and they're feeling lonely and they're feeling hopeless, and you've indirectly got them to bring those out and put them on the table. And now having some hope, because now you're understanding where they're coming from. You're able to be a good listener. You're able to ask good questions. You're able to agree and say, hey, I was in the same position, or I'm currently in the same position, but what I'm about to show you is the perfect vehicle on the things that you just talked about, and we're going to address those things, okay? So now you are basically understanding where they're from. You kind of know their why. You know what they need. You've kind of given them a platform to basically be more open to an idea that can help with a solution. Now you bring, obviously you can use the video, you can use the slides. I personally use the slides. I start the presentation, and now I insert some of the things that they told me into the presentation, and some of the things that I've had to endure, and the adversities that I've had to come through in my life, and how this business was a solution to that. And at the end of the presentation, you basically now have built a rapport. They might feel excited. They might feel that they have somebody who's an ally with them, somebody who they can trust. They might also feel a little bit nervous and scared because they've exposed themselves, and now they're thinking about their feelings. Prior to coming to sit with you, they probably were thinking about, what time am I picking up my kids from school? What's that project I have to do for my boss? What am I doing this week? And they weren't thinking about their struggles in life, and most likely they weren't. You brought them out, and you brought them out right before you showed them a solution. So rather than having somebody come in with the mindset that they're thinking about, when they're going grocery shopping today, and all of a sudden now you're trying to sell them a business, they're not interested in buying a business. They're thinking about grocery shopping. But when you sit with them and you paint the picture, and you put those emotions out on the table, and you set the pace of what you're talking about, which is life, and now you show a solution, their whole mindset changes, their whole perspective changes, and you have a better chance of getting that person as an associate. Guys, I've sponsored over 150 people doing this method, which is basically, peeling back somebody like an onion, getting rid of those layers to that soft point, understanding what this person really is looking for in life, and finding a way that I can build credibility with them and they can trust me. So one is, getting them to build a rapport, understanding their needs, showing them that what I have to show them can fulfill those needs, having my enthusiasm have them want to do business with me, and also my credibility because I just built a rapport to make them want to do business with me. Okay. At the end, you now have a choice. You obviously ask them, hey, would this be something you're ready to start with us now? Can we start working on your goals now? Or, where's your mindset? And they'll either going to say, you know what, let's do it right now, which most people will not. Most people will go home, see what their bank account has, or see if it's something they can put in their budget right now. Because a lot of people don't realize that they're buying an investment, they're buying an asset, that they're getting the keys to a $7 billion company to be able to change their life. They're looking at it more like, I'm buying a laptop, I'm buying a toy. And that's going to come later as they get into the business. They realize it's an asset generating machine. So they might have to go and allocate some things first and figure out what they want to do. But that's okay, because that's normal. The hard part is where you go from that point on. And that's the important part, which is the follow-up is the fortune. The fortune's in the follow-up, and you basically want to set the pace that, hey, I'm going to be calling you in 3 days, or can you call me in 3 days? And when you have a professional follow-up like that, there's no awkwardness of, should I contact them? I haven't heard from them. It just makes it a lot smoother, guys. And really, you want to let them know, hey, look, when I follow up with you, just have some questions for me, and also, if it's something that you don't want to do, when I call you, just say, hey, you know what? It really isn't what I need to do right now. And that's okay, because maybe if it's not for you now, I can follow up with you in 3 months or 6 months. And, it might be something for you then. If you have, and that's going to make them feel comfortable with answering your call and talking to you again, and knowing that you're not pressuring them, and knowing that they also have an opportunity to do it later in the future. It's about being patient. Most people will come back to you. So guys, I hope that helps. Do me a favor. Tonight, like I said, go home, write down some questions, write down some things that you think would build a rapport with somebody, that would build an opportunity for them to expose some of the things in their life that might be hard for them to expose, because you're asking questions. Be a good listener. Don't interrupt. And work on that. And then the next presentation you do, whether it's at Starbucks or Panera or at home, use those tools you just learned in this video and see what happens, and get comfortable with them, and you'll get better and better and better, and you'll start to see maybe the results will change. And let me know how you guys are making out. Please feel free to contact me. Today I did 5 things to help me. I basically read 10 pages of a book. I did some cardio and worked out. I ate well. Those are 3 things. I complimented somebody, and I am helping and inspiring somebody right now by doing this video. And I might even do a 6th thing, which is try to find something that makes me uncomfortable and push myself through it, which I did yesterday. I have never flown on a plane in a jacket and shirt, all made up, meaning like, hair done and shaved and ready to go right into basically right into something big like that. I usually, I'm on a plane, my baseball hat, my sweatpants and jeans. I get to go to a hotel. I get to shower and change and do my little routine. So to have to go and drive to a hotel at 11 p.m., get up at 3 in the morning in Philly, and then get on a plane, fly somewhere for 5 hours, have none of my food. I have to find food, because I eat every 2 or 3 hours, and have to get back on the plane. It was really uncomfortable, but I feel great today because it's the first time I've ever put myself in a situation. I just said to myself, you know what? Don't think about it. Just go with the flow. Everything's going to work out. And it did. Okay. And it just made me a better, stronger person, because I realized that everything that we fear is false emotions acting real, and that we can overcome them. And once we do overcome them, we take ourselves to another level. I wish I would have did it sooner, because I don't know what I was scared of. Guys, have a great day, and I look forward to your success.